Hello and welcome to our video, the introduction to real estate drip email campaigns, also known as Redick. And so today I'm going to briefly go over all of the available features on Redick and just how powerful this can be for your marketing. First, let's go over contact lists and let's view contact lists. On this account, we have 3 different contact lists available. For example, the e-newsletter update has 275 contacts in it. But let's view the contacts in that newsletter list, and here you see the list of all of those contacts. You can view the contact, log an event. Say if you made a phone call to that person, you could log that you made that phone call, edit their information or delete them. You can also create new contact lists. Here you can give it a particular name, list owner's name, email addresses, what custom fields to include, what fields are visible on that contact list page, whether or not you want to include company details or bounce account details. You can also view all of our existing custom fields and add additional custom fields. It's very powerful. There are a lot of different options for adding fields. You can have a pick list, a text field, a text area, drop-down lists, radio buttons, and you can choose to have them be required or not required and only apply to certain lists within Redick. Another powerful feature of Redick is view segment. This account doesn't have a segment, so why don't we go ahead and create one. Let's give this segment a name. We'll just call it test for right now. We'll apply it to the newsletter. We can either have it match any rule or all rules. Let's say we want it to match contacts in our database affirm the Charter of Compassion, and if it's no, then we want to send them special emails to get them to affirm that Charter of Compassion. We'll hit save, and now we have a new segment that we can utilize. So that could be a filtered view of your contact list. You can look at everyone in the newsletter that has not affirmed the Charter of Compassion according to that field. And you can send email campaigns and autoresponders based on that, so it would only go to those that haven't. Under your contacts menu, you can view all contacts, search contacts, you can add a new contact one at a time, you can import and export, remove contacts, view the email suppression list. The system will automatically suppress emails in your list if they are unable to get that message delivered that you've sent. And you can manually suppress an email or domain. Say you get a spam from someone on your list, you can suppress them so you don't contact them again. Next, we have our tab for email campaigns. This is best used for one-off messages. Say you want a monthly newsletter or you occasionally want to send out some important news about your company. You can view your current campaigns or create a new campaign. We'll create one. Here we can create an email campaign. We can give it a name such as newsletter. You want to send it as HTML and text. This is recommended because the system will send out 2 different versions of your email. One is an HTML version with images and the other is a plain text version. And the recipient on the other end will get whichever they prefer. And we want to use our custom email template that we have here. And we select next. Here we enter the email subject. Perhaps it's thank you for your purchase. And here is their email stationery. And we can highlight this line here and add whatever text we want. As many paragraphs as we need. We can include images. Just like working in a Word document here. We can paste from Word or paste plain text in. We can add lists. We can insert links and anchors and images and embed media. We can view the pure HTML. And once you have completed your HTML version here, we found the easiest way to get your text version is once you're done, you can highlight the body of the text here and hit Control-C to copy it. And we'll scroll down and highlight this line and hit Control-V. And of course, if I had a lot of paragraphs, that would pop in there instead of that sentence, and your plain text version would be ready to go as well. And once you've completed this, you'd be able to save and exit. At that point, you would then be able to send an email campaign. I don't have one, so it's asking me to create one, but if I did, it would be a list here that I could select from, and I could select what list it was to go out to, whether all my lists or just one particular list. It's very easy to navigate. We have the Image Manager tab. We haven't uploaded any images, so why don't we start now? Let's upload the CAN logo, and now we have that available to us to utilize in any of our email messages. Next, we can go to view split tests, and this is a wonderful feature of our system that if you want to create 2 different versions of a particular email to see which is open more often, which gets better click-through rates, You can create that split test here and then send it out and check your statistics later on which worked better. These are very easy to create. Give it a name, choose your parameters, whether you want to view the results before you send it out or whether you want to send it out automatically. We can also create dynamic content tags, which is a wonderful feature. We can create a new one here. Let's give this a title of test. We want it to apply to the newsletter, and let's create a content block. I'm going to use test again. So who should see this block? Let's say anyone who has not affirmed the Charter of Compassion according to our database custom field. And we can put some text in here. Haven't affirmed the Charter for Compassion yet? Why not do it today? Just visit this link with a link to the Charter for Compassion. So now we can save this. So the next time we create an email campaign or an autoresponder, and if we want, we can include this dynamic content tag, just that tag test, and the system will automatically pull that information and display it only to those that meet the parameters that we've set. So if they have not affirmed the Charter of Compassion, they will get that block of text in their email, and anyone who already has affirmed it according to the database, they wouldn't see that. So it's very powerful in targeting content in your email campaigns and your autoresponders to specific people in your lists. Our next tab here is surveys. We can create a new survey. There you can give your survey a title and some introductory text. Put a title in your paragraph and add a line of text to help them. You can add a single line of text. You can add a list of checkboxes. There's a lot of power here to create really detailed and rich surveys and send those out to your contact and have the responses logged into the system, and you can view the responses, view statistics, etc. and get a lot of detailed information from your contacts. As you can see here, you can view surveys, create a survey, view the results, browse responses one at a time, and export the responses in case you need to use it for further analysis in another program. Next, we have autoresponders. One of the best parts of our system, being able to do targeted automatic email campaigns to your contact list. We can click to view autoresponders. Here we have several different campaigns. We can take a look at the buyer's campaign, which has 23 contacts and 15 autoresponders, and click next. And here is the list of each of the autoresponder emails. The first one goes out immediately when anyone signs up via the website. The second email goes out after 72 hours. The third email goes out after 168 hours, etc. And if we go ahead and edit this, we can take a look at it. So this is their contact information, the sending options. You should always send your email as multi-part. And here's the email subject and the HTML version of the email. And we scroll down, we see the text version of the email. We can always create additional autoresponders, and we can view triggers. Let's create a trigger. So we can give it a name, again say test, and we want to activate an action. A trigger is going to trigger a specific action. Say you have a custom field of birthday in one of your contact lists. You can base the trigger on a contact's date field, which would be their birthday field, and we can choose from say 2-year client and then select the birth date field, and then on the date we can trigger that they send an email campaign, and then we have already created perhaps a birthday email campaign that we could select here, and yes, this trigger should be active, and then I could hit save, and then whenever anyone in your 2-year client list had a birthday, they would automatically get an email from you saying happy birthday. And last but not least, we can go over statistics, where at any time you can view your email campaign statistic. It goes into detail on how many were sent, how many were opened, the open rate, click-through rate, bounce rate. You can see more details on each of these tabs, who opened them. There's also statistics for your split test, your autoresponders, your triggers, and your contact list. So there's a lot of power in the Redex system. And of course, up above you have your templates. You can always edit your existing templates or add new templates, and you can view our built-in email templates, which you can use at any time. Choose any of these multiple built-in template to customize. Now here's our view website forms page. Unless you'd like to import all of your contacts or add them one by one, you're going to want to have a form on your website for each of your contact lists. Perhaps you have a better buyer form or a smart seller form that corresponds to your seller or your buyer contact list. So let's take a look at this better buyer form, and here's just the basic code for that. First name, last name, email address, and if this gets posted onto your website, then anyone filling out this form would automatically be added to your contact list. Of course, you can create your own forms, add as many fields as you like, change the order. So we can create a new form. Let's call it contact. If you like, you can use double opt-in email confirmation and send them a thank you email, or you can just have yourself get a copy of the contact details. You can choose a design of your form. You can pick the contact list that you would like this form to be associated with, and then pick which fields you would like added to that form. And then as you scroll down here, you'll be able to drag and drop these, perhaps first name and last name at the top, best time to contact you, birth date, etc. You can move these around however you like. Hit next. You can choose the custom message that they get when the subscription is complete, or you can add a special URL that sends them to a thank you page. There's also an error page. If they've already subscribed to that list, they would get this error. Or again, you can take them to an existing website URL, and then you would be done, and it would show you the website form HTML code, and you would be able to use this to add that form to your website and immediately start collecting those leads. So those are the basics of our Redec real estate drip email campaign system. I hope this gives you a good overview of what the system is capable of and how you can use it to maximize your marketing. Thank you.